or someone that didn't lose their way is or let's make this more lighter. This has been a super serious episode.
Did he lose his way, or like was he lost and he claimed he found his way back? And he found his way back to some BS.
Do you know the topic I'm going to next?
Yes.
Oh, this is funny. Ashanti.
I thought because this was the perfect segue to talk about.
Like, we might as well go there then, but fuck it. Kyrie Irving. Because Kyrie Irving's a funny dude, for the record. He tweets out a documentary called From Blacks to Israelites, I believe, or Black Hebrew, from slave to something like that. But it's basically a story of, and number one, it's basically a story about the Judaism, black people being the original Jews, and such and such and such. That's a good conversation to potentially have. I'm fine with that. Yeah. We can have that. But first of all, I know Kyrie Irving didn't watch a 3.5-hour movie. I watched the doggone trailer, and it seemed like, and it was too many words. Like I got a daughter. We doing stuff. I'm talking to her, and like if anybody gets a chance, go look at the trailer. It's just words. So I assume that the documentary had a lot of words in it too. That's one. Two, there are great historical researchers that have bona fide information that have done this stuff, not just a random thing on Amazon that's a documentary. Now, I want to give Kyrie some credit here and take some blame off of him. Why the fuck Amazon got that on there then if him even be able to tweet that out about that exists, even, period? If they were so against Jewish people. Because the documentary is supposed to be saying black people are the original Jews. We could talk about that, like I said, in a different conversation. But if it's so, and a lot of Jewish people have watched it and said it's crazy and got some other shit. I haven't watched it. I thought about watching it because I really wanted to watch it. I saw that it was 3 hours and 30 minutes, and I checked out, and I knew this nigga didn't watch it either. I knew when it was 3 hours and 30 minutes, I know he ain't watched it. Because Kyrie believes there's a flat earth. And I know flat earthers can't do more than 15-minute videos. They can't. It's not in their spectrum to do that. They only do 15-minute at the max increments of videos. Prove me wrong, flat earthers.
I was done. Him, B.O.B., whoever the fuck else.
B.O.B.'s a flat earther too?
He wasn't he? He was definitely a flat earther.
He might be a flat earther, yeah.
And I just really believe that, like I said, with all of this holistic bullshit that he's talking about, and the stuff even with the vaccine, and I just was so confused because I always was under the impression that what they were saying about the vaccine was it does not prevent you from getting it. It just helps lessen the symptoms.
And also, Dom, don't you think if he's an NBA player, he's going to have to get the best of the vaccine, period? Like, they going to get him the best of the best.
So this is what I was saying. Like,
you are a commodity. Like
this crusade is, I'm helping the people that are voiceless because they, people have lost their jobs because of this. And then even the whole time you're like, oh, I didn't say I was anti-vaccine. I was just trying to stand for something. Nigga, what?
And the same thing with this. The same thing is like, I didn't endorse this movie.
I'm not anti-Semitic. Like the fact that the Nets had to come out and say,
if I put a tweet out, period, with something like a link in it, and I don't, unless I put in front of it or tweet below it saying like this some crazy ass shit, I'm endorsing it, right?
That's what I was under the impression. And so that's what I was telling my homeboy. I'm like, based on this alone, like this journey that he on, and I'm not knocking his journey, his soul searching. I am not knocking that at all.
I am.
Do you, boo? But show up to your games and play, and stop doing bullshit. Because like This still don't make no damn sense. Some of the shit that you be doing, be showing up and looking blank and dumb.
Well, you know what though, Dom? It's funny you said we talked about off air before we started. I don't think he wants to play.
I've been saying that but for the past year and this journey. And here's the crazy thing, and I'm not mad at it. Like I said, do what you do. People are allowed to make career changes. Maybe he feels like his calling is greater than basketball, and that's great. And I mess with that. But stop playing in people's faces and saying that you want to play when you mentally ain't even showing up to games, and you tweeting out bullshit where the organization has to come out and counteract that. Like, this does not express the views of the Nets. Like, you making the whole organization look crazy as fuck. And what the hell happened in the offseason where KD was like, y'all niggas gotta let me go. I want to go.
He still want to go. He just couldn't go nowhere.
I mean, you're right. Well, we'll see what happens if they get Ime.
Well, yeah, Ime Udoka allegedly is the rumored next coach of the the Brooklyn Nets. They fired
Steve Nash today, or
Steve
they say
Nash.
they parted ways.
I like how they do that with white people. Black people would be like, they fired. But then when I was reading what Steve Nash had a job in general, period, for all the sports people out there. He had never coached before, period. And Steve Kerr didn't either. And obviously Golden State has been well.
Yeah.
But that's lightning in a bottle. That don't happen all the time. That's like me, like, yo, like a dude being like, yo, my first time, I was gonna say something more crass. I was like, that's the first time like a woman going to be a stripper, and like I made $20,000 that night. That ain't happening for every woman on their first night.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think we talk about this often, like people being really real and honest about what they want, because at the end of the day, like what he's doing, it's affecting other people. Mm-hmm. So when you have that sort of responsibility, it's your responsibility to be real and upfront. But again, I feel that if you was for the people, why weren't you donating your salary when you couldn't play or whatever, or they, came to some sort of agreement? I'm like, you wasn't missing out no money. You wasn't missing no meals. It was other people missing meals. If you was just so for the people and you don't think it's right, okay, cool. It's not right. Donate your salary. Go around and have people, like pay for people's rent for a certain amount of months or a year. Like you paid this many people rent to make sure they had housing. So then the rest of their food, they could just focus on like paying other bills and food. Boy, you full of bullshit. That's what I'm saying. You are full of shit and you don't want to play and you want to be a stay-at-home dad and eat bean pies and listen to fucking Umar Johnson. But I hope in the midst of all of this, you were taking care of your first kid too, since you had bailed out on her ass.
Ooh.
Shade.
Yeah, you